Welcome back into the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. You guys ready to make some money in the NBA today? Let's get after it. We got your best bets for the NBA here for you today on Monday, April 28, 2025. NBA player props, spreads, totals, predictions, as always. 3 picks in the video, guys. Let's lock in and get this sweep.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that Cap made now. Straight fire.
As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. On the road to 10,000 subscribers now. Thank you guys for getting us to 9. You guys absolutely rock. We got about 1,000 more to go till 10,000, and then we'll do a couple special giveaways and stuff like that. It'll be a really fun time once we get to 10K. So let's keep rolling on with that. Let's hop right into a recap now from Saturday. We took Sunday off from the NBA and MLB. But from Saturday, we ended up going 2-2, minus 0.18 units. Obviously, hoping we do a little bit better there. But started the day great. Started out with the Grizzlies Thunder game. We had Scottie Pippen over 14.5 points. He finishes with 30. He doubled that line. And honestly, that wasn't all that surprising to me with his projected usage in minutes. I don't know if I thought he'd go for 30, but obviously very happy that he did. Then we cashed the Warriors -3 spread. Trusting that experience there of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Steve Kerr, and they delivered, and Curry in particular delivered, and that was without Jimmy Butler. So, obviously, Jimmy may or may not be back today, but obviously very happy we cashed that. We have Brandon Podziemski as our added SFP MVP exclusive play over 14.5 points. He finishes with 10. Just really didn't get it going. Had the minutes. Just didn't quite get the usage I thought he'd get there in game number 3. So obviously was disappointed by that. And then Kawhi Leonard over 36.5 PRAs. This was obviously the toughest miss of the day. You guys all saw that putback dunk by Aaron Gordon that, they were reviewing it to see if it was out of his hands or not. If the game goes to overtime, obviously we cash on Kawhi Leonard. Dude had 35 PRAs. Had a lot of opportunities to hit it late too. Missed a few threes late in the game. So obviously that loss definitely hurt. I still like the post-play. It just didn't work out. And sometimes those things happen. But obviously, didn't feel bad about the play. It just stinks that we missed it. But it is what it is. We're going to get back after today, though, guys. 3 picks in today's video. Let's do a quick Comet Capper recap as well. Manny the Maniac 99 calling the under 6 runs, or rather the under 6 goals in the Avalanche Stars game in the NHL. Cashes that from Saturday. Justin McKelvey called the Warriors Rockets under 204.5. I believe they finished with 197, so cash that pretty easily as well. Then got to get the bag calling Davion Mitchell over 17.5 points and assists. Cashes that as well. So great call-outs there from our Comet Cappers. And then from yesterday, quick shout out to Mike Crone. He called in our post I put out that we weren't doing a video. I put a post, Dean Kramer under 17.5 outs, and he did cash that. He finished with 17 outs. So love to see that. Great calls from our Comet Cappers. You guys rock. Let's get after it today, though, guys, and let's get this sweep. We will have 1 Straight Fire MVP exclusive added play in the NBA and 1 in Major League Baseball as well. If you guys want access to those, consider signing up, becoming a Straight Fire MVP below. Join button right below the video. Link in the comment section, in the pinned comment, and also a link in the description. So it's 3 different places, and you can also find it on our channel home as well. So if you guys are interested in that. Also, in our pinned comment and description down below, you can find links for merchandise and social media as well if you guys are interested in those things. All right, without further ado, let's get after today and get this sweep. Let's get right into our picks here at number 1. We're going right back to the Golden State Warriors, -3.5 spread here versus the Houston Rockets. Going -110 odds here on Caesars. I still love this play. Even if Butler, like I said, doesn't play once again, I still like this. Obviously, would love to see him on the floor. They're a much better team with him on the floor. But like I said, even if he doesn't play, I still trust the experience here of the Warriors being at home. And this still is very close to a pick'em spread. Now, I know technically the Rockets could cover and lose. They could lose by 3 and cover the +3.5. But I just don't see that happening today. I see, once again, down the stretch, particularly in the fourth quarter of this game, kind of like we saw in game number 3, I see the experience of the Warriors paying off. They have so much more of it with Curry and Green, and obviously Steve Kerr. That, you know, the young players like Jalen Green, who we thought would have more trouble in Game 3, which he did. Jalen Green really didn't get going in Game 3, which I wasn't too surprised by. And I don't think Game 4 really changes with this game being on the road. Maybe in Game 5 coming back home, but here in Game 4, I just don't see it happening for him. So I think, once again, I think this is a great spot for Golden State. I think, like I said, I think they have a great chance here to cover once again, even if Butler doesn't play, which is why I like taking it, because we have the value. If Butler does play, obviously the spread probably will go up for us. It'll probably go to like 5 or 6.5. Right now, though, we're seeing the very best version of Steph Curry right now, which is virtually impossible to stop. You just cannot stop the man when he's in this type of zone. 36 points last game, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 52 PRAs total. So obviously he absolutely killed it last game. And whether they run more stuff at him or not, you know, and try to find ways to stop him, they're just not able to stop him. And it's just, you know, even though they know what's coming, Curry's still burning them, obviously. And like I said, there really isn't a lot to say about this bet in terms of like stats, stuff from the regular season. I'm not going to bother wasting your time with any of that stuff because it doesn't really matter. What matters here is the experience of the Warriors versus the inexperience right now of this young Rockets team. Well, I love this Rockets team. They're going to be great in years to come. I think right now it's just not quite their time. I think the Warriors have another run on them. I think in this particular spot, I like the Warriors to cover. So, love it there for number 1 pick. We're going Golden State Warriors -3.5 spread here versus the Houston Rockets -110 odds on Caesars. Okay, and at number 2, we got Max Strus over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Miami Heat. We're going for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're going +124 odds on DraftKings. I actually have to update that in my notes, guys. That's, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Obviously, that's an easy mistake to make. Strus used to play for the Heat. I always associated him as being on the Heat. But really love this spot here for Max Strus, guys. He's 3 for 3 in this series versus the Heat with logs at 3, 4, and 4. So the last 2 games, obviously, he's cashed with Rome, which is what we like to see. His 3-point attempts are at 5, 8, and 9 for the series, which is obviously an average of over 7 per game, which, like I said, with the way this guy's shooting from 3 right now and his efficiency right now, I absolutely love this. And the fact that he's playing his old team only adds to his motivation and focus, and the guy has obviously been getting pretty solid looks. Obviously, you guys know the Heat are just talented all the way around, so at some point, they have to pull defenders off some of these wing guys, and it's opening up the floor for guys like DeAndre Hunter and Max Strus. And Strus, right now in the starting lineup, has been playing really well. And there's also another chance that Darius Garland once again misses today, which would only help Strus's volume. His volume would obviously, I'd feel really good about his volume if Garland's out once again. I still feel pretty good about it anyway. Like I said, Strus has been 40+% 3-point shooter over the last 5 games. So he's been shooting the ball well. Obviously, the Cavs are going to want to continue to get him the ball. He's 5 for 5 over his last 5 games, averaging over 3-point attempts per game, shooting above 40% from 3 in every game. So obviously, I like to see that. Like I said, with this being Strus's old team, I just think the motivation's there. I think once again he's going to have a great chance here to hit. And the Heat have been terrible at defending the 3-point line. He have allowed the most threes this postseason, which, you know, even at times during the regular season, a lot of times when they allow the threes is to the point guard and shooting guard position, which is sometimes why I like taking Darius Garland. He was my initial first look. But with Garland hurt, I just don't know what's going to go on there. If his limits are going to be limited, I know Strus is going to be out there starting and likely playing 25 to 30 minutes. And I'm very comfortable taking that, especially this for plus value, getting the type of plus value that we're getting. So, love it there, guys. For number 2 pick, we're going Max Strus over 2.5 3-pointers made here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. +124 odds on DraftKings. My goodness. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're going Stephen Curry over 10.5 rebounds and assists here for the Golden State Warriors. We got -105 odds here on BetMGM, risking a unit here. So, guys, we got Stephen Curry 75% this season. this series with minimums 75% this season with his series minimums of 36 plus minutes and 28 plus % usage, which he has had in every game of this series. So obviously we're projecting that to continue. Obviously the Warriors really want to win this game. This is a must-win game for both teams. Obviously, you can't fall down 3-1, but the Warriors can't afford really to give one back at home here and then they're going to be forced to win one in Houston, which they could do. But obviously, we see this as a must-win really for both teams. As far as, if you want to win the series, you need to win this game for both sides. So I expect those minutes and usage to continue, obviously, for Mr. Curry. Initially, I was thinking about his PRA line because I'm like, man, this dude's been scoring the ball and he hasn't been stopped. The Rockets have been trying to throw different things at him. But maybe the Rockets figure out something to slow down. They have done it in the past. We took a Curry over in points, and Curry posted 3 points in the game we took his over, or something like that. It was really bad. Obviously, that was during the regular season. Curry's been a totally different animal. I don't think he's going to get held to 3 points. I think I would lean toward him, honestly, hitting the over again, just because of the way he's rolling right now, and with him being once again at home. But I like his rebounds and assists here more. He's averaged 23 potential assist and rebound chances in this series. So if you total up all his rebound chances and potential assists, he's got 69 of them this series. That's an average of 23 per game. Obviously, I like that. If he's going to have that type of opportunity, I think he's going to have a great chance here once again to cash. We saw him post 16 last game, 14 the game before that. Now, I know Butler was out. Butler was obviously out for a lot of Game 2 and Game 3. But even with that, Curry has still had the usage of minutes in this series. And he still had the opportunities. Now, in the game that Butler played, his teammates just didn't happen to hit the shots for him that day. So I still think it's very much in play even with Butler in the lineup. Despite obviously what Butler does to open up the floor. But like I said, Butler is listed as questionable, so there's a chance Butler once again doesn't play. Which, like I said, I'm still comfortable with the spread, but obviously I feel better about this bet if Butler doesn't play. But in either case, I think Stephen Curry still goes over. So, like I said, logs of 14 and 16 rebounds and assists over his last 2 games. So, love it there, guys. For number 3 pick, we got Stephen Curry over 10.5 rebounds and assists here for the Golden State Warriors. Go on minus 105 odds on BetMGM. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road now to 10,000 subscribers. Super excited about that. Tricky day in the NBA today. Just 2 games. We will add a play as well. Probably in, I want to say that Cavs Heat game we may add a play because we already got 2 plays in that Warriors game. So we'll probably add 1 play in the Cavs Heat game. But obviously, we're ready to lock in here today. We've had a great NBA season so far. Been a bit mediocre, I'd say, over the last week in the NBA. It hasn't been a horrible stretch, but it hasn't been very good either. Obviously, we've gone on our heaters. I think we'll find one again here, hopefully this week, and hopefully we start the week out great. I feel great about the plays. Like I said, even from the other day, I felt like we definitely should have done much better than 2-2 with the results. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. Kawhi Leonard, did his thing that I thought he'd do in the fourth quarter, just couldn't quite get there, just missing with 35 there. So but sometimes you gotta live with that. Honestly, here's the sad part. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You may or may not believe me, but this is what happened. Yesterday I came home. I was at church all day, so that's kind of why I work a double on Saturdays. And then I go to church early in the morning. So I wasn't able to, unfortunately, get the videos out. Well, I came home and did some research just to keep myself sharp for the NBA slate yesterday. And I went 3-0 on the stuff I selected. I would tell you, I wouldn't tell you if I didn't. What I mean is, I'm being straight with you guys. I did research and all that stuff. But I didn't have as much time to do all the write-ups and stuff, so I didn't put anything out. But yeah, I had McDaniels over on PRAs. Some of my favorite plays that you guys know I play. Jalen McDaniels over on PRAs. Tobias Harris over on points and rebounds. And Derek White over on PRAs. All those cashed. I also took Damian Lillard over on PRAs, but that got voided. Because obviously he didn't. He got hurt in the first quarter. At least my pick on it got voided. So technically it might have been actually 3-1 because most books don't actually void it. So anyway, that's just my little rant, guys. I'm trying to keep myself sharp even when I take a day off, just to make sure I'm locked in. I still capped a little bit of baseball yesterday too. So I'm even when I take a day off, just so you guys know, I am still paying attention to what's going on, and I am still very much trying to do the best I can, obviously to stay sharp for you guys, because I want to make sure that we're getting edges and making money, which is obviously important to me and important to you. So I do appreciate you guys, though. You guys really are the best community, and I hope we can get a sweep today. Check out our baseball best bets video, and outside of that is going to do it for me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.